Let me ask you something that's going to sting a little. When was the last time you made a financial decision without checking your credit card balance first? When was the last time you got groceries, paid a bill, or even thought about taking a vacation without that knot in your stomach reminding you how much you owe? Here's the brutal truth nobody wants to tell you. Your debt isn't just numbers on a statement. It's a prison warden. It's making decisions for you. It's telling you where you can work, where you can live, what you can drive, and even who you can marry. Every single day, you're not living your life. You're living the life your debt allows you to have. And if you're sitting there thinking, Dave, that's a little dramatic, then you're exactly who needs to hear this message today. Because while you're making minimum payments and telling yourself it's manageable, your debt is growing stronger and your freedom is shrinking. If you've ever felt like you're drowning in payments, like you're working just to feed the debt monster, hit that like button right now. Because today, we're not just talking about money, we're talking about taking back control of your life. And if you don't stick around for this entire message, you'll miss the exact roadmap I've used to help millions of Americans break free from financial bondage forever. Here's what most people don't understand about debt. It's not just a financial problem. It's an emotional, psychological, and spiritual problem that's destroying the American family from the inside out. The average American household carries over $6,000 in credit card debt, but that's just the beginning. Add in car loans, student loans, personal loans, and mortgages on houses they can't afford, and the average American family owes more money than they make in an entire year. Think about that for a second. You owe more than you earn. But here's the real tragedy. We've been lied to. We've been told that debt is a tool. We've been told it's normal. Good debt, bad debt, it's all garbage. The borrower is slave to the lender, period. And right now, you're living like a slave while telling yourself you're free. Every month, you're sending hundreds or thousands of dollars to banks, credit card companies, and loan servicers. Money that should be going toward your children's future, your retirement, your dreams. Instead, it's going to make wealthy people wealthier while you stay stuck in the hamster wheel. And the worst part? You've accepted it. You've bought into the lie that this is just how life works. Everyone has debt. You can't buy a house without a mortgage. How else would I go to college? These are the chains that are keeping you enslaved, and you're defending them. But what if I told you there's another way? What if I told you that in the next few minutes, I'm going to give you the exact same plan that's helped millions of people completely eliminate their debt and build real wealth as fast as it'll make your head spin? Because when you're not sending money to creditors every month, you can actually keep what you earn. This isn't theory. This isn't wishful thinking. This is a proven system that works if you work it. And when you implement what I'm about to show you, you won't just change your bank account. You'll change your entire life. The first step to getting out of debt is admitting you have a problem. And I don't mean just acknowledging you owe money. I mean truly understanding what that debt is costing you. Sit down right now and calculate exactly how much you owe. Not just the minimums, the total. Every credit card, every loan, every penny. Write it down. Look at it. Feel the weight of it. This number isn't just money. It's years of your life you're going to spend working for other people instead of yourself. Now calculate how much interest you're paying every single month. The average American pays over $1,000 per year just in credit card interest. That's a vacation you can't take. That's Christmas presents you can't buy your kids. That's retirement you can't fund. Here's the wake-up call. If you only make minimum payments on a $5,000 credit card balance at 18% interest, it will take you 47 years to pay it off, and you'll pay almost 3 times what you borrowed. The bank isn't lending you money out of kindness. They're making a fortune off your back.
You cannot out-earn stupid spending. I don't care if you make $30,000 a year or $300,000 a year. If you keep borrowing money, you'll stay broke. Cut up the credit cards, all of them. I don't want to hear about emergencies or rewards points or building credit. Those are excuses that broke people make to stay broke. Rich people don't build wealth with credit card rewards. They build wealth by keeping their money instead of paying it to banks. Create a bare bones budget. And I mean bare bones. Rice and beans, beans and rice. Cancel the subscriptions you don't need. Sell the car you can't afford. Move to a smaller place if you have to. This isn't forever. This is until you're free. Every dollar you don't spend on nonsense is a dollar that can go toward your freedom. And trust me, freedom tastes a lot better than that latte or that subscription box. Before you attack your debt, you need a small emergency fund. I'm talking $1,000, not $10,000, that comes later, just $1,000. Why? Because life happens. Cars break down, kids get sick, the water heater dies. And if you don't have any cash when these things happen, you'll go right back into debt. That $1,000 is your buffer between you and stupid. Sell stuff, work extra hours, have a garage sale, skip eating out for a month. Do whatever it takes to scrape together that $1,000 as fast as possible. This money sits in a boring savings account and only gets touched for real emergencies. Not Christmas, not vacations, not I really want it, emergencies. Now comes the fun part, destroying your debt using the Debt Snowball Method. List all your debts from smallest to largest. Ignore the interest rates. We're going to attack them from smallest to largest. Why smallest first? Because personal finance is 80% behavior and only 20% head knowledge. You need quick wins to stay motivated. When you pay off that first debt, even if it's just a $200 credit card, you get a taste of what freedom feels like. That momentum will carry you through the bigger debts. Pay minimum payments on everything except the smallest debt. Attack that smallest debt with everything you've got. Every extra penny goes toward that debt until it's gone. Then take that payment and add it to the payment on the next smallest debt. The snowball gets bigger and bigger until you're throwing huge chunks of money at your largest debts. Have you ever experienced that moment when you pay off a debt and suddenly feel like you can breathe again? Drop a yes in the comments if you know exactly what I'm talking about. I've seen people pay off $50,000 in debt in 18 months using this method. I've seen families completely transform their lives in 2 years. It works, but only if you stick to it. Here's what separates people who get out of debt from people who stay in debt forever: mindset. Poor people see debt as normal. Wealthy people see debt as the enemy. Stop making excuses. I need a reliable car, so buy a reliable used car with cash. I need to build my credit. Your credit score is an I love debt score. Interest rates are low. So what? 0% is lower. Start thinking like a wealthy person. Wealthy people buy appreciating assets and pay cash for depreciating ones. They don't finance furniture, cars, or vacations. They certainly don't carry credit card debt. Change your vocabulary. Don't say, I can't afford it. Say, that's not in my budget, or that's not a priority for me right now. You have power over your choices. Own that power. Let me ask you something. What's the first debt you could pay off completely if you really focused on it for the next 30 days? Maybe it's a small credit card or a medical bill. Write that number in the comments, because naming it is the first step to claiming your freedom from it. And if this message is hitting home, if you're finally ready to stop living paycheck to paycheck, hit that subscribe button right now, because I'm going to keep giving you the real talk you need to transform your financial life.
Here's the moment of truth. Most people watching this video right now will nod their heads, feel motivated for about 5 minutes, and then go back to making minimum payments and living the same broke life they've always lived. They'll tell themselves, I'll start next month, or after Christmas, or when I get that raise. And 5 years from now, they'll be in even more debt, even more frustrated, and even further from their dreams. But you don't have to be most people. You have a choice right now, this very second, to decide that enough is enough, that you're tired of being a slave to your payments, that you're ready to live like no one else so later you can live like no one else. The tools I just gave you aren't suggestions, they're your roadmap to freedom. But tools don't work unless you pick them up and use them. Your debt didn't happen overnight, but your decision to fight back can happen right now. Every single day you wait is another day you're paying interest to banks instead of building wealth for your family. Every month you procrastinate is another month those creditors are getting richer while you stay stuck. Let me leave you with this truth. Money is not the most important thing in life, but it affects every important thing in life. Your relationships, your health, your children's future, your ability to be generous, your peace of mind, all of it is impacted by your financial decisions. When you eliminate debt from your life, you don't just free up money, you free up mental space, emotional energy, and time. You stop working for the bank and start working for yourself. You stop living in fear and start living with purpose. The plan is simple. Build that $1,000 emergency fund, attack your debts smallest to largest, and stay laser-focused until you're completely debt-free. Simple doesn't mean easy, but it absolutely means possible. So here's my challenge for you. What's the first step you're going to take today? Not tomorrow, not next week, today. Are you going to calculate your total debt? Are you going to cut up a credit card? Are you going to sell something to jumpstart your emergency fund? Write your commitment in the comments below. When you put it in writing and share it with this community, you're not just making a statement, you're making yourself accountable. And accountability is what turns good intentions into real results. If you're ready to completely transform your relationship with money and build the life you actually want to live, subscribe to this channel right now, because I'm going to keep giving you the strategies, the motivation, and the kick in the pants you need to win with money. Remember, you didn't come this far to only come this far. Your breakthrough is waiting on the other side of your decision to finally take control. The question is, are you ready to stop being a slave and start being free? Your financial freedom starts now. Let's go make it happen.